we're going to be using the electric palette to see what kind of fun looks we can do. I have one in mind that you can just use if you're on the night on the town, if you're going on a date, or if you just want to have fun and go bold for one day. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, so I am going to start out, of course, with my foundation. Just getting on the brush and really patting it on and putting it around my face. I'm using the Clinique foundation, which I absolutely love. If anyone knows of a cheaper alternative for foundation that I would love equally as much, I'd love to hear about it. Now I'm going to get my Rimmel London bronzer, and it is waterproof, and it says Sunlight on the back, and I just got that from Walgreens. It was like $5.99, but I really do love it. And just patting it down on my cheekbones and blending it in, putting some on my forehead to give you a nice glow, and some on my chin. Now I'm going to get my contouring powder from my Smashbox palette, putting it on below my cheekbones to give that definition. Now I'm going to define my nose with my bronzer. Now I'm going to put a little bit more of the contouring powder on my nose as well and underneath my chin to give it that little bit more of a shape. Now I'm just going to blend everything in. And don't you love everyone's funny faces when they're putting on makeup too? It's kind of makes me laugh when I see myself. Now I'm just highlighting my face with the highlighter from that same Smashbox palette. I'm putting under my eyes, I put it above my eyebrows, and then I'm going to put some above my lip as well. Also, if anyone knows of any good contouring palettes that you can use, then I'd love to hear about it as well. Now I'm just going to shape my eyebrows for my non-existent eyebrows that I have, thanks to my father's side of the family. And I am using the Clinique. And then I'm taking my Maybelline eyebrow filler. I'm just patting it in. Like I mentioned in my other video, I do love that brush, but sometimes it's hard to work because it's so tiny, but I just deal with it. I think it's just fine. It works just as well as an expensive brush. So right now I'm just taking my normal powder, my Clinique powder, and just putting it in and blending, make sure everything is blended in really well. And now I am going to grab my eye primer. And this eye primer is from Got Beauty, again, which I mentioned in my other video. It was $12.99, but I absolutely love it. Make sure you just get all over your eye. It really does help so you don't get a funny crease when you wear eyeshadow. Now I'm getting the Thrash eyeshadow from the electric palette. I'm just patting it in the corner of my eye just to make that corner of your eye really pop. I noticed I had a weird goopy thing in the corner of my eye, so I was trying to get it out. And I got it eventually. So now I'm just getting it in corners, a little bit underneath my eyelid. Now I'm using another color that's from the same electric palette. I'm just kind of going to blend it in with the Thrash color. And just going along my eyelid. Make sure I get it evened out on both sides. Now that's also another color for my electric palette. This part I did go a little bit slower so you could kind of see what I'm doing. I'm fanning it out, making the point shape from the corner of my eye going out so it almost matches where my eyebrow ends on the other side. And now I'm just gonna, when I'm putting it on, I'm fanning it out with that color. And I'm on the top, I'm following underneath my brow bone. And make sure it's not blotchy anywhere. You're just going to really try to blend it out and straighten out the lines so it doesn't look funny. And blend it in with that other color. You just want to make sure you don't put too much on your brush at a time, or else it's going to be darker in other places than it is in others. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just again following with that brow bone and the shape of your eye and just curving around. And now I'm just kind of going toward the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm using Zoom. And that color is in my Smashbox palette that I'm using. And I'm kind of putting it on in between the blue and the green that I already put on to blend everything together so you don't have a funny line. And this is called Oyster, and that's in the Smashbox palette. And I'm running it along the top line of that blue eyeshadow to blend it in, so again you don't get just a line that's just right there. You want to make sure you blend well so it looks like it's just kind of fading. And then I'm doing the same thing on the other side. I see that it helps if you kind of swirl your brush around in a circle. It kind of helps blend everything in together. Now I'm going to take my white eyebrow pencil and just highlight underneath my eyebrow. And I'm going to use the Snow eyeshadow in the Smashbox palette. Sorry, I can't talk. And again, just putting it on top, making sure everything is blended in. Now I'm going to take my eyeliner that I got in my Urban Decay Smoky palette. And I'm going to, go in the inside corner of my eye. As you see, I kind of made a point in the inside corner, and then I'm moving out. And I'm just going to make a little point from there as well. Just a tiny little cat eye. And then I'm doing the same thing on the other side, making a little point in my inner corner and then moving out. Now I'm going to grab my eyeliner, which is by Maybelline Ultraliner, and run it along the rim of where my eyelashes meet my eye. And just follow that rim until you meet with that corner that you made with your eyeliner pencil. Sometimes I have to go over that line a couple of times just to get that darkness that I want. And then, again, doing the same thing on the other side. It does take a little bit of practice. I've been doing this for a while. But once you get it down and have a few mishaps, then it'll be easy for you. Now, Loaded. This is in the Urban Decay Smoky palette. And I'm just going to run that on top of the blue from the Electric palette, just to give it a little bit of a smoky eye. And I'm just following what I already did. Just using my pointed brush so it's easier to fit in those lines and make it more precise. Now I'm getting a black eyeshadow and just running it underneath my eye. Now I'm just putting on the mascara. And this is the same mascara that I've always been using, the Voluminous. And when I curl my eyelashes, what I prefer to do is I run it under hot water for a few seconds and then pat it dry on a towel. And that kind of acts as a curling iron for your eyelashes, but you just want to be careful not to burn yourself. And now I put on my fake eyelashes. And they're by Ardell. Now I'm using my NYX blush. That's kind of the last thing I'm putting on. And this one you gotta be careful too because it is really, really pink. So I'm blowing off on the brush when I pat it on it. So I'm not gonna have big, huge, rosy cheeks because I don't want to look like a doll. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of shimmer. Because who doesn't like a little sparkle on their face sometimes? And I'm just using a flat whiter brush to put that on as well. Now I'm just putting on a simple clear gloss on my lips. I don't think you really need to have big lipstick on with that kind of eye. And now I am finished. Me trying to have a sexy look on my face doesn't work out really well. Hi, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I love this electric palette, so if you don't have it, I recommend getting it. Luckily for me, my husband got this for me for Christmas, so I was very excited to use this and try to think of fun things to do with it. And if you have any questions, or if there's anything you'd like to see, I'd love to show you. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.